Hey, what's up everybody? This is David from Babylon Sector, back at you with some more Dragonfall. In our last video, we infiltrated the apartment, put in some bombs, and did a little favor for Lucia Durr, so we're going to have some options with him. Before we do this, I'm actually going to go ahead and buy some med kits. Because we're definitely going to need them. The next mission here is going to be to get the prototype, and it's a pretty tough mission. There's a lot of combat, a lot of big groups, and I'm kind of debating on maybe taking a different team in than the one I've taken previous. But we'll get some med kits. We'll kind of see where we're at. We got 3 advanced med kits. Maybe he'll restock. I'm not really sure. Let's see. No, he doesn't restock his basic med kits, but we'll grab a bunch of good stuff here and we'll head on out. I think where I'm having trouble figuring out is, do we want to go with, you know, this mission has a lot of long corridors with lots of enemies, and I'm kind of thinking that Eiger might actually be a better choice. We have to bring Blitz. It's sort of not an option. I mean, no, it's not optional. We have to bring Blitz, and that will become apparent later as to why. And I really like Glory. So the question is, do we leave Dietrich at home, or do we bring in somebody else? And I don't think so. So I'm going to take a little gamble, leave the shaman at home. I mean, we've got med kits. We got a lot of med kits. I'm almost tempted to take out Glory, but man, Glory's just so effective. So we're going to go with this. We're going to see what happens. It might be the wrong decision. Just to clarify, it's the Mark 6 prototype. I got my Roman numerals backwards. So, alright, let's see. So, I think everybody's inventory is pretty much full up. So we'll give an advanced med kit and a gold trauma kit to Eiger. And we'll give a trauma kit and another basic med kit to Blitz. And that should put us in a pretty good spot. So I think we have 2 karma right now. We're not going to worry about that too much. So we'll check out our objectives. Reach the 25th floor and shut down building security. Alright, building security has been shut down. Looks like we got some medical supplies up here, so that's going to be kind of nice. Mark II med kit. We'll swap it out with a Mark I. Alright, so this is going to be a very combat heavy experience here. Lots of enemies. I think we're still got it on hard. We do. I'm going to keep it on hard. Alright, here we go. So Lucia Durr, he's asking if we'll actually give it to him instead of who we are supposed to give it to. Alright, so we're going to make a decision at the end of the run. We're probably going to go ahead and send it to Lucia in the lodge, but we'll see. So we got to get ourselves upstairs. We do have access to the cameras. There's a lot going on here. And there's a lot of options that open up. So you see right here, there's some kind of situation with a dead scientist. Always going to be something happening. So we'll hit this observation console up and see what happens. Alright, so we purged the toxic gas. I think there was a way to get karma. I'm not sure if I had the criteria to do that. But we do have access now to the lab, so we can check out what's going on here. Maybe something will happen inside. Clearly something happened and some sort of noxious gas was funneled into this place. Alright, so this is about Formula 17. Alright, so we got a door code. More medical supplies, so we'll just continue to upgrade these med kits. It's going to be really critical without Dietrich here, which is odd because I really like having him here because he's sort of a utility guy. He helps with the hit percentages, but so can Blitz, so I'm not as worried. We got some enemies up top here. Kind of thinking we're going to skip those guys for now. I'd like to avoid setting off any major issues if possible. Alright, so we'll type what was it called? Alright, well, we'll figure this out in a sec. I apologize for all the sniffling. Here in Alabama, we have about 25 seasons in 1 month. And it makes it very hard to stay well. Class 1 med kit. We'll send it to the stash. Don't really need it right now. So we're going to grab a bottle of beer for the road. If you had Etiquette Socialite, you could actually pull out a really expensive bottle of liquor, but that seems to be probably the least effective etiquette there is. Okay, so we got a Project Atlas. So we need to get some kind of multiple, excuse me, some multiple things here. So we probably have this door code. Let's try 54139. Cool, and we're in. Alright, so we found another code, possibly for an elevator or another door. Okay, so Project Atlas seems to be one thing we can search for at this searchable computer, and then I probably need to go back here and figure out what the heck that element was. I thought it was like element 17, but I might be thinking about that like Secret Saucer album, which is a really obscure reference that I'm sure nobody's gonna get. So we'll type Project Atlas, we'll get some information. Let's see if we can get an access code that works. We'll try 84792, and it does work. Okay, so we got a couple of things there done. And we need a vice president number. Okay, so that was not the vice president number. Let's try 84792 again. Awesome. Alright, so we got a couple of things done there. You can see we're sort of... So let's try drug formula. Let's just see if that gives us anything. Oh, it was Formula 17. Awesome. So an executive level number, we'll try it 4792 again. And again, we're not going to worry too much about the flavor text. Okay, so we actually completed most of what we have here. So now we need to head to the 25th floor. Alright, so that 84792 code seems to be pretty solid. So we're heading to the right floor. We're going to go get the prototype, and then we're going to fight our way out. There's some really tough fights here, so this should be pretty interesting. So just noting here, it looks like, well, we don't have a shaman, but if we did, we could have summoned something there. I'm hoping I didn't make a mistake by leaving Dietrich at home, but I feel like we need the raw power. So there's some giant troll just totally cybered out, like beyond, probably has negative essence at this point. So the really important thing here is if we allow Blitz to slave the troll to him, we actually get 4 action points. If we slave it to my comm link, he only gets 3. Now it may actually take some action points away from Blitz, which is fine, because this dude is unbelievably strong. He's got like a massive minigun and an axe that just wrecks people. So as you can see, Knight Errant's ready to go. We're taking him on. So as you can see, 4 action points for this guy. So what's really important about this fight is we have to start taking these riggers out, because what they'll do is they have 2 turns, and number 1, they'll start to try to control the prototype, and on turn 2, they'll gain control of the prototype. If they gain control of the prototype, we're done. We lose. So the rigger is the #1 priority. So right here, he's already behind a lot of cover, but we got 4 action points. So I'm going to move him up. He can take a beating. I mean, he's definitely a strong guy. But you can see 92% chance. And he's not quite down, unfortunately. But he should be down next turn. So I think we'll be okay there. You know, I would say probably the captain is another, or maybe the mage is another priority. So I'm going to pop behind cover, maybe take a pot shot at the mage. And we'll have, well, I didn't actually mean to do that with Gloria, but that's awesome. Alright, the captain's out of the fight. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at the rigger, even though he's in heavy cover. We really need to get him down. He's at 31%. He is still up. That should be okay. Unfortunately, there's 2 of our guys out of the fight. A really silly move by that guy. So you can see he's accessing the prototype override. We'll switch to the axe, because the axe only takes 1 to hit with. Alright, so rigger's down. We're in good shape. That's the biggest part of this fight, is getting that guy down and getting him knocked out. So we'll keep attacking with the axe. I mean, this guy is really strong. You can see we're just cleaving through these Knight Errant guys. So I'll take a shot at the Grenadier, try to drop him. Alright, he's down. I think the Conjurer is next. So, like we talked about before, all the ones that do bleeds, as long as you're doing different ones, they stack. Ooh. Blitz taking a beating. Alright, so the Enforcer is probably the easiest target for Maverick to hit. He's almost down. I guess since we destroyed his AP, he's pretty much done. We'll try to keep the bleeding up. So we have the captain. We could switch to the shotgun. Probably going to do that. Although really not that much better. We'll take an aim shot at the captain. Good shot there. We'll take a med kit for Blitz. Blitz not having a ton of success. Alright, let's see. We'll finish off the Conjurer. Do a disarming attack on the guard, which didn't actually work. We might just kill him anyway. No. Yep. Alright. So we're just down to 2 guys. Down to 1. Alright. Alright, so really pretty decent job there. I like how this group works together. And that's arguably one of the easier fights in this mission. There's not a ton of cover. Alright, so we have a really long corridor here. We do have a rigger that's sitting back here, so we really have to be sure that we protect the troll. But the rigger can't do anything without line of sight, so what I'm going to actually do is take Iger, switch over to the sniper rifle, and we'll take a pot shot. The rigger is medium cover, and of course we missed. But that should draw them forward a bit. We may even get them down here to where they're at a certain angle. It looks like the rigger moved back. Alright, Conjurer's down. He didn't even get a chance to get his minion out, so that's pretty awesome. A complete whiff from some Knight Errant goon. Alright, so they're starting to move forward, so Maverick can take a shot at this Knight Errant. Alright, so I figured finishing him off was a little more important, but Iger's still got a pretty decent bit of health. You know, there's some cover there. We'll just keep the, we gotta keep the prototype safe, particularly here. The rigger has probably run around the corner up here, so we'll move Iger back, hit a med kit, and that should be good. Maybe we'll mark a target with Blitz, see if we can get, make it a little easier to hit. Wow, it's pretty bad. The minigun just takes him apart. Probably not going to hit that guy at 20-something%, so we can move him back a bit. And we'll just continue to let these guys head to us. I mean, they're... Alright, well... So Maverick's taking a lot of damage, so we'll go ahead and hit a med kit here. I think at this point we can probably start heading out. Oh, that was a bad miss. Alright, the mage is down. A lot of grenades being tossed though. Oh man, lots of AP damage. We'll go ahead and take this guy out since this guy's still out for the fight. so he should be bleeding like 4 around. Okay, so the rigger's up there, so we're going to get him out of line of sight. And then we can get Iger behind some cover and take a shot at him here in the next round. As long as we keep the prototype in the right area and not in line of sight, we should be okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll take if he's still undercover, unfortunately. And I'm just not going to take the risk of anything happening to the prototype. Alright. He's down. So probably a good time to go ahead and do some med kits. Alright, so that's good for now. And that's actually one of the tougher fights if you don't play it smart. If you just try to stand out here and even taking cover, you're going to get wrecked. So, you know, letting them come to you, taking shots at them, and then waiting around the corners is a really good tactic here. And we'll go ahead and reload and then start heading on up. So there's a couple different things we can do here. We can avoid this fight and then kind of slide through this door and then up and kind of work our way around. The biggest fight is going to be here. You're going to have a lot of enemies kind of back alongside this barricade, a couple that'll move up, and I think maybe even a couple more on the back wall. You know, the downside is if you take these guys, I don't think you can come through this door and go straight out. So maybe we go ahead and skip this fight altogether. So she obviously is not a decker, but maybe Blitz can get through the door. I mean, this guy's got a lot of health too, so like I said, as long as we don't get the riggers involved, we shouldn't have too much of an issue. Well, let's make sure everybody's reloaded while we're kind of in the middle of a lull here. Alright, so we're through the door. We do need to avoid line of sight here. And hopefully they don't come and sort of like attack us from the other side. But I think that everybody should have the movement to get past line of sight here. The prototype can go ahead and go. just inch them up a little bit. Hopefully nobody's seeing them, which it does not appear to be the case. Skipping this fight should be a good thing. That'll save our med kits because we're going to take some damage. So if we look at the enemy here, can't really get a good look at him yet. Looks like we got some heavy cover here. Heavy cover there. Heavy cover behind the like receptionist desk type thing. Some medium cover up. So I'm gonna end the turn and let's get Iger to some heavy cover. Okay, we got the rigger there, so that needs to be the first target. I'm a little wary of fireballs. I mean, we do have plenty of, you know, trauma kits, so that's not as big of a concern. But it is a concern nonetheless. I really hate putting people side by side, but right here we'll wait, and we really need to wait until the rigger's down to pull him up. So they're moving up into more or less medium cover areas. So there's kind of two schools of thought here. If we feel good about taking these guys out that are sort of in some open cover, we can. So a lot of these guys have cover, which really sucks because, you know, for obvious reasons. But one thing we could do, let's just go ahead and have her run out. I mean, she's pretty tough. And a miss. God almighty. So we got some 58s, some 68s, so we'll go ahead and just have Maverick start trying to knock a couple of these guys out of the fight. And we really just have to wait. Blitz is taking a beating. See, that's awesome about the whole like chi combat thing for Maverick. Oh, Blitz is almost down. Alright, so we do have some guys out in the open now. But we really got to get this rigger down. He's bleeding a little bit. 7 per round. Oh, and just such a bad miss. Alright, I'm gonna pop a cram for 3. Step behind here. Ugh. Alright, cool. So the good news is I do have some line of sight with these guys. Alright, so one down. Make sure there's no other riggers with these guys. Alright, not too bad. Definitely need to get a med kit or two on Maverick at this point because he's getting wrecked. Alright, so the rigger's going to be done next turn. So I guess I can pop back over here and hit this enforcer. That's the only other person that's sort of in my line of sight. Alright, so we got one of them down. Two of them down. And you can see why that guy's so awesome. Maverick has to have a trauma kit. That's fine. I mean, we're not in a terrible spot. I mean, they're down to five enemies. I'm gonna make sure that Maverick stays up, and we'll work on this captain. I'll have Glory stay on the Grenadier. Alright, the rigger's down. He's down. Alright, so we got the sniper, and it looks like just the captain and the sniper left, so... I'm thinking we get Blitz to flank this guy. If he can stay up, that's fine. If he drops, it's not a big deal. Yep, and we have some sort of mage. Alright, well Blitz is down, but that's no problem. We got the trauma kit. Looks like there are some reinforcements here. Alright, well... So we need to check and make sure there's no riggers. Captain, Grenadier, Conjurer, Sniper, Enforcer, Mage, Captain. So... I think at this point this guy can tank enough damage to just wreck these guys. 35 to the Captain. So we'll start moving up. Alright, we got a mage standing right in the open. Take that shot all day. And unfortunately I gotta spend some time reloading. So Blitz is down. We gotta get a trauma kit over to him pretty quickly. I mean, we got 4 turns to do it. Alright, mage down. So unless the captain gets a heal, he's done. Feeling pretty good about this so far. We do need to get these mages down. That much is pretty obvious. Alright, so we'll hit I don't think I'm going to be able to get to Blitz. She's too far back. I really need her to move up, so we'll move Iger up. Blitz is going to be out for the count, but I think that's okay. I mean, it's a lot of these guys are taking some pretty heavy damage. I think I'm going to go ahead and just try to get this mage down. He's done a lot of healing. Alright, finally. Couple of good shots by Mav there. So obviously the Grenadier be the best shot here. I'm gonna run ahead and get this sniper down, hopefully. Alright, well, Blitz is down. Not a big deal. I mean, this is almost over. Alright. That's how it's done right there. And that, my friends, is the MK6 extraction. So, we'll have some options. This is how we want to turn them in. Sweet, like Dale Gribble van there. So a couple things you can do. You can make him kill himself, and you will get credit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn him into the lodge to get the extra money, because you really can't go wrong with extra money in this game. So the sort of morally bad choice there, but whatever. Should get a fair bit of karma. And obviously I'm just going to keep ramping it into range combat. Alright, so we're going to stop this video here just for the size of the video. When we pick up next, we're going to do In Transit, which is another little small mission here. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is David from Babylon Sector. See you next time.